Hello everyone, my name is Abby Bliss White and welcome to my channel. Today I am so excited because I am collaborating with Cheraye C Lewis. So if you are not familiar with her channel, you've got to hop on over there. If you are a luxury fragrance beauty fashion lover, then you are going to love Cheraye. So the reason I love Cheraye so much is that she has just this bubbly, sweet personality. Every time I watch one of her videos, I laugh. I also am smiling the whole time, and I just really enjoy her energy and positivity. And of course, she is a fellow fragrance lover. So she has been instrumental in many of my recent Chanel purchases. So we sort of bonded over a particular fragrance that we were both on the fence about, and then since then have just become good friends. So that is one of the beautiful things about YouTube, is finding all these wonderful friendships. So what we thought we would do today is share our current favorite Chanel fragrances, and since Cheraye was instrumental in many of these purchases right here, I thought it was only fair that we do this together. So if you're interested in seeing what my current favorite Chanel fragrances are, as well as Cheraye's, then let's go ahead and get started. Okay guys, I have pulled down my current favorite Chanel fragrances, and as I have said many times before, I used to be a huge wearer of Chanel fragrances and then took a very extended break from wearing them. So I basically grew up wearing Chanel. My mom wore Chanel, my grandma wore Chanel. I have two other sisters, and we all three of us wore Chanel growing up. So I have pretty much worn it all. Coco, Mademoiselle, Cristal, number 19. And then my mom and grandma were both Chanel number 5. I also want to say number 22 wearers. So pretty much grew up in that ilk, and then just sort of went my own way and hadn't worn Chanel fragrances for a long time. And then now I am kind of back in the game, and I have to attribute me pulling the trigger with this first perfume because of Cheraye. So we are going back and forth, and Cheraye's like, you gotta smell beige. And I smelled beige many times before I know that my mom even owned this, and I just fell in love. So this fragrance is to honor the color beige, and it is said that Mademoiselle Chanel said that she takes refuge in beige because it is natural. And to me, you guys, this is my happy fragrance. I've said this before, and I'm hoping it's not a turnoff, but it reminds me of Johnson's Baby shampoo, but I mean this in the best way. It has this very honeyed nature to it, and this is simplistic and sensual at the same time. It is just a beautiful mixture of the hawthorn bouquet as well as freesia and frangipani. And you guys, it just is wonderful. It's just a happy fragrance, and this one I have been wearing a ton of. This one has very strong longevity on myself personally, so to me this is just a fun, happy fragrance in a bottle. It is also classy. It's not like it's super young smelling, but this is also a kind of universally liked fragrance. Like my daughter likes it, my son likes it, and my husband even likes it. So really enjoying beige. I would have to say this one has been worn a lot in the past few months. Okay, the next fragrance I have is Jersey, and you guys, this is newer to my collection, and I just kind of fell in love with this. This is comfort in a bottle for me. So this does have lavender, vanilla, and white musk. Just love fragrances with a touch of vanilla. I just find it very warm, sensual, and those are kind of the fragrances I gravitate towards. So the thing that was turning me off of was lavender. So I do love the smell of lavender. I like it in soap and such, but I always kind of think of it as a slightly more masculine, and I'm a bit of a more girly kind of girl. And This one just won me over because it's going to have a little blast of the lavender, and then it settles down to the most beautiful, comforting kind of vanilla musk fragrance. I just find this to be comfort in a bottle. It is perfect for this time of year. This is a perfect year-round scent. I could see this being someone's kind of signature scent as well. I've just been really enjoying this. It also has a beautiful layer of floral that's kind of sophisticated. It's not over the top with floral. It's just truly a beautiful fragrance and definitely something I would get my nose on. So to me, comfort in a bottle, I find this to be super easy to wear, everyday kind of scent, and I just am really loving it. So for days when I'm really kind of seeking out comfort, I'm going to reach for Jersey. The next one I've been talking a lot about lately is the classic Coromandel. So you guys, this is sort of one of their masterpiece fragrances. Again, all of the Les Exclusifs line is unisex. Any fragrance is unisex, but this one smells beautiful on men and women. I can see people gravitating towards this. And this is a kind of spicy, woody, oriental fragrance. And it is truly just intoxicating. So I'm going to admit this was one that wasn't an instant love. I felt like it was kind of strong. It's a kind of a strong, bold fragrance. And it's funny because once it dries down, this is just luxury in a bottle. It's so intoxicating. It has some creaminess to this, kind of like a little pinch of white chocolate, just like if you can imagine kind of the creaminess of some white chocolate. It just dries down so beautifully. So this has notes of frankincense, benzoin, patchouli, and amber. So it is going to be that kind of rich oriental fragrance. But you guys, there is something, I almost feel like a little blast of citrus in this somewhere, and then this creaminess of white chocolate. It is truly a like Chanel DNA, so you definitely need to like that Chanel DNA. But it is just really rich, intoxicating. I honestly have been obsessed with this, and I have been wearing this in the summer heat. Some people find that they like to wear this in the more cool tone months, but I love wearing these kind of fragrances in the summer. There's just something that's kind of like yum about them. So this is what I've been reaching for when I kind of want some more oomph to my life, when I'm feeling super empowered, and it's just so intoxicating. So this is one that it's going to last forever on your skin. The longevity and the sillage of this is just beautiful. But the dry down, I know it will be unique on everyone, but this is one where I just cannot stop smelling myself throughout the day because it is rich, beautiful, bold, and I just truly love Coromandel. So beautiful fragrance. Again, would definitely test this out. And also want to say it's really important to kind of let things breathe. When you first put on a fragrance, it's going to morph and change. So when I first put this on, I was like, ooh, this might be a little bit too strong for me. And then the dry down happened, and I was just like, this is just absolutely gorgeous. Definitely been wearing Coromandel a lot in the last few months. This was a birthday gift. So love, love, love. And this next fragrance is the fragrance that Cheraye and I bonded over. I was telling her how I really wanted to love Boy, but that I was on the fence about it, that I wasn't sure this was the kind of fragrance that I could carry off, and that I just wondered what her thoughts were. And she kind of felt the same exact way as I did. So this has totally grown on me, and I find this to be such a unique kind of fragrance in my personal kind of collection. This is sort of an aromatic fougere. It's got a little spicy kick to it, and it definitely, to me, it's very modern, and it's going to lean a little bit more masculine, and I think that's it. If you know me, or the things that I'm attracted to, is I really do love those kind of warm, kind of sensual, vanilla kind of fragrances. This is the opposite of that. So when you first spray it out, it's kind of got this kind of I would say almost heavy. I don't know if it has aldehydes, but it has like a spicy blast. It's lavender. It's got a little bit of citrus. And then as it calms down, it's got some kind of pretty little floral mix in it. It's got geranium. I think I smell a lot of geranium in this. It's also got orange blossom and rose. And then in the base, you've got sandalwood. You even have a touch of vanilla in here, which is surprising, and a little bit of white musk. So again, Chanel DNA throughout all of these kind of fragrances. This was one that I just absolutely love in the heat. It's almost like that little spicy kind of lavender citrus burst kind of slices through the heat. And then it dries down to something very classy, sophisticated. And I was laughing about this one. Cheraye and I were talking, and she's like, I said, you won't believe it, I actually got boy, and that I'm really enjoying this. Not my typical kind of fragrance, and I definitely have to be in the mood to be wearing this. But I do love this. If you like kind of that aromatic fougere kind of fragrances, I think you will love this. And again, it's a very modern kind of fragrance for Chanel. So definitely this was not a first love. And if you had watched my video with my son Emmett, he had also convinced me that this was one that I should pick up. So Cheraye, definitely give this another little sniff. Let me know your thoughts. But this one is kind of the outlier for me with kind of the things that I normally tend to gravitate towards. Okay. So those are like the top 4 I've been rotating through. Then this is Chanel No. 5 Low. And this, you guys, is the kind of lighter, little bit more modern take on the traditional Chanel No. 5. And again, that's what I grew up with, my mom, my grandma. And so that's not one that I personally want to wear, but I do really love the low version. So this one I kind of find like when in doubt of what to wear, I will always pull this one out. It's classic. I like this as a little bit of a lighter version. This is something that I can wear to the gym. I kind of think of this as kind of my weekend kind of fragrance. Chanel No. 5. It definitely has that Chanel No. 5 kind of DNA in it, but to me this just lays a little bit lighter, a little bit fresher, and I really have come to love this. To me, it doesn't quite have that as strong of the blast of aldehydes that the normal Chanel No. 5, what they're kind of known for. It's got a little bit lighter on the aldehyde. So the top notes in here have lemon, mandarin orange, as well as neroli and the classic Chanel aldehydes. This is definitely was created to kind of lean more towards the kind of millennial kind of generation, make it a little bit more modern and wearable. The heart notes are going to have rose, ylang ylang, and jasmine, a little touch of jasmine. Then at the base you're going to have that woody cedar and white musk. So definitely really love the No. 5 interpretation, much better than the classic, just for my own personal self. And again, that's partly just because it brings back memories of my mom and grandma, who I loved very dearly, but kind of want to have my own take on it. So this to me kind of like when in doubt kind of fragrance, put this on. Also weekend kind of running errands. I could wear this to the gym. So often pre-COVID times when I did go to the gym, I always would like to smell clean and fresh, but I don't want to smell heavy of perfume. And this Chanel No. 5 Low is just exactly that. So I do actually really love this as a classic. Then you guys, I totally got sucked in to the Coco Mademoiselle, the L'Eau Privée. This is the new fragrance that is marketed as a night fragrance, something that you would spray on before you go to bed. And you guys, this definitely just brings back so many memories. So I wore Coco Mademoiselle for years, eons ago, and I haven't really wanted to wear that. I kind of feel like I outgrew it. But this one I was attracted to because it is a lighter, fresher kind of fragrance. And this is exactly why I love this. And again, you guys, you don't have to wear this at night. To me, this is something that I would be wearing during the day. Now, I do have to say, when I did spray this on before bed, I did sleep amazingly. But you guys, I've always had a little ritual of putting fragrance on before bed. You don't need a specific night fragrance. But if you are someone who likes Coco Mademoiselle but may find it a little bit more in your face or strong, you may really like the Low Privée version of this because it is fresher, it's lighter, and as far as longevity and stuff, I found that it stayed on my particular skin for quite some time, but I find that to be the case with Coco Mademoiselle. Like, that would be the one thing I would say is like that fragrance would stick with me personally. So that fragrance for me was always very long lasting, to the point where sometimes, you know, I wanted it to wear off just a little bit. So this guy here, the Low Privée, I've really been enjoying. If you're not familiar with Coco Mademoiselle, this is sort of a rose, jasmine, patchouli scent. And then this is going to be just the lighter version of that. So you guys, it's composed of rose, jasmine, and musky notes. So to me, this is just a fun kind of addition. I was totally sucked in by the marketing and the bottle. I just love the frosted glass of this. I just think it's so pretty. So this was kind of a throwback fragrance for me. I have not worn Coco Mademoiselle for like 30 years. I hate to be aging myself, but I swear that's how long ago it's been. So this was sort of just a little indulgent kind of throwback memory fragrance for me. And again, love the bottle. It's just absolutely gorgeous. So you guys, those are my current Chanel fragrances that are in heavy rotation. But I did get some, but I have been sampling a few others that people had asked me about. I received a sample of the 1957 as well as the 1932. And you guys, I am on the fence. I love both of these. Now, I know that Cheraye loves 1957. This is probably my next purchase, but I'm kind of a little bit obsessed with 1932. And then I have a sample of Chanel number 22 that is on its way to me. And again, I want to put my nose on that again because that is another one that my mom used to wear. It has kind of the number 5 DNA, but is kind of like the sister fragrance of Chanel number 5. And I find that it's got a little bit more of a floral burst to it. So I'm curious about that one. If anyone has it, let me know. So I keep on going back and forth between the two of these, which I really enjoy. So I think Cheraye is going to tell me I need 1957. And again, you guys, it's got the aldehydes, Chanel kind of aldehydes. There's sort of this kind of almost watery or airy element to it that I'm not sure about for me, because I tend to go for those kind of more warm, sensual, and this seems a little bit more airy to me. It's definitely, it's described as a powdery, musky, white floral with woody, aldehydic, and floral touches. So it's got a little bit of a sparkly beginning here. I think that it has orris in it. I'm pretty sure iris, orris, and I think that's it. I sort of am on the fence as to whether I truly love iris fragrances or not. There's an element in them that tends to be just a teeny bit earthy for me. But again, you guys, this is truly a kind of classy, elegant fragrance. Kind of has like a little touch of almost like if you love Shalimar. There's a little touch of that in there for me. So this one is I'm on the fence on. Then we're going to spray 1932 on this side. And again, there's something in here that's like a teeny bit sweeter in 1932. This one does have that a little bit of that airy quality that I'm not sure about for myself. This one's going to open with a little burst of aldehydes like many of the Chanel. And then you guys, this is really a beautiful fragrance. Bergamot and neroli. Love the neroli. And then in the heart notes, you're gonna kind of get a heady floral. And this one has a really unique combination. Jasmine, rose, lilac, and carnation. And I don't know if I've ever really smelled a carnation kind of fragrance. And then the base is gonna be sweet and woody. So this one is definitely on the sweeter side, like kind of more on that beige, but not exactly, but definitely more of a heady floral in a light way. This one's got the orris sandalwood incense in here, vanilla, ambrette, musk in the base. So you guys, yeah, I think 1932 is probably more in the more Abbey category of fragrances. I really like the 1957 as well. They're both like classy kind of Chanel fragrances. Okay, this is hard. These are two really good fragrances. I will let you know what I decide. I also want to get my nose on number 22. I'll let you know when that shows up. So as usual, guess what? I want to know what your favorite Chanel fragrance is and why. And I want to give a big thank you to Cheraye for collaborating with me. I just adore you. You always make me smile. You make me laugh, and you are just a positive light in the YouTube universe. I'm going to leave all of Cheraye's information below in the description box. Hop on over and watch her video. Give her a hi from me. And again, thank you guys for watching. I hope you have an amazing day, and I'll be back with another video soon.